the reason you've been on is because you've been, paying for space to be here. And you usually pay us through Bitcoins. And we have not had any Bitcoins this month. So
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, so here's the thing. I set up, what are those things called? A pyramid scheme, and it fell apart.
Right.
The top fell off. And, when people don't pay at the top, the rest of it just falls apart. So I have an IOU out there somewhere. And I'm here to say that Savage LLC is bankrupt.
It's as simple as that. Well, unfortunately, if you can't pay us, we don't want you anywhere near vidIQ. You're fired. Clear off. We never want to see you again.
That's terrible.
This is the last time you will ever see Savage on this live stream.
All right, look, if that's the case, that's fine. I quit. You can't fire me. I quit. Let me say something else. This is ridiculous. All right, I'm protesting. Everyone in the hashtag can't no Savage, no peace. That's what it is. No Savage, no peace. No Savage, no peace. No Savage, no. Let's go. Hashtag. Let's go. I don't. No Savage, no peace. No Savage, no peace. All right, that's good. All right.
All right.
That's fine, everybody.
You're so savage. You're never appearing on this live stream again.
Oh!
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
God damn it! I was muted. That joke just isn't going to work now. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, cheers. Thanks, everyone. I was muted. What I was trying to say here, folks, was that this was going to be the last ever live stream, Channel Audit live stream. And I was hoping that Travis and Dan were going to be like shocked face. And then I was going to say, yeah, it's the last ever live stream until we hit 700,000 subscribers. But obviously that joke just completely fell on its bottom because I had my mic muted. Thanks, Dan, for at least fixing me there. Welcome to the vidIQ Channel Audit live stream. If you are new here, this is what happens every single week. We forget to turn on mics, we have technical glitches, and at some point we actually audit some people's channels. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing this week. We might as well welcome here then our first co-host, Dan, who's kind of saved me there from total embarrassment. Hello, Dan. How are you doing? Well, obviously I'm not doing that great because I just fouled up the intro, but there you go. And of course, let's welcome back who had a 1 week hiatus here, but Travis is back in the hot seat. Hello, Travis. How are you? Oh my, yeah. This wasn't even a technical difficulty. This was just stupid user error. There we are. Oh.
What is happening? This is terrible.
Oh, this is like the Wednesday gaming. I've muted everything before we went live.
Oh my gosh. Terrible. Terrible.
All right. First of all, Dan, introduce yourself, and then Travis, introduce yourself.
What's the point anymore?
I'll just mute you all anyway.
Thanks for watching.
Dear.
Well, hope you learned something about how to set up a live stream, and we'll see you next week.
You know that gif of a dumpster fire floating down a flooded parking lot? This is what this live stream is right now. Well, anyway, you two were muted for some unimportant bits. So, yeah, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday Channel Audit live stream. I'm probably muted Dan H as well if he ever gets to speak on the live stream. Let's do some shout-outs, though. Let's see if this works. Folks, what I want you to do this week is tell us what is your favourite candy, or sweets as they might be called in the UK. For example, I have just found a new love for something called OMG, which is kind of a chocolate with some nut in, and I think it is absolutely delicious. Dan, what's your favourite go-to candy?
I used to eat Reese's when I ate candy.
Yeah, I thought there was going to be some person who just doesn't eat candy, and yeah, it turns out it's going to be you, Dan. Well, I guess it is a good life choice. Travis, do you have
back to being muted?
Travis, do you have a favorite candy?
I don't eat a lot of candy anymore, but I do like Three Musketeers for sure.
Three Musketeers. What is that? What type of candy is that?
Oh, it's a chocolate bar with like a nougat or something in the middle. It's really good.
Yeah, right,
like marshmallowy, chocolatey,
so good.
No, you seem to have some intimate knowledge here, Dan, of candy to say don't eat any.
Well, I had to stop eating candy. I used to eat too much candy.
Oh, I see. All right. Life choices, eh? Good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do some shout-outs then of some people who've actually eaten some candy and enjoy it. I'm seeing a lot of people who like Snickers here, but Brain Freeze is a Milky Way man. We have TNT's World, who likes Skittles because he enjoys tasting the rainbow. Also, Furious Penguin with Haribo Tanfastics. Those two could be chocolate or channel names, either of them two. And we also have a Damination with peppermints. And we also have somebody, the chat is going so fast here, Call Meh Isabella with Kit Kat. Dan, have you spotted any candy lovers in the chat?
I see Russell Muscle also likes Kit Kat. The Darkness in Time likes chocolate. That's not a candy though. Name names, brands.
We need brands because we're sponsored by all of these people.
Trying to make a couple bucks here. Come on. The Daily Snail likes Smarties. We got Fruit Roll-Ups. That's King Set. Fruit Roll-Ups were disappointing. I never liked Fruit Roll-Ups. Let's see. I'm gonna dog on everyone's candy choices here. Adidas? Is that what that is?
Somebody eats Adidas, do they?
Okay. The laces or the whole... Never mind. We have Twix from Boldly Rooted Studios. And then I'll do one more. Let's see. Oh, Mars Bars. Puppet short films like Mars Bars.
Final candy favorites here from Travis, from some of our community.
We got Bad Lawyer that loves sour Skittles. Creative Talks like Pop-Tarts, which is not candy, but I love them.
Yeah.
And then Swedish Fish for Jack Gunna.
Oh, yeah, Swedish Fish. That's a good call. Nice stuff. All right, and one last quiz question here. What did Snickers used to be called in the UK before they were called Snickers? That's a little bit of trivia there, if anyone can answer that. All right, let's get into what we actually do every single week, which is we open up our vidIQ doors and we share our wisdom, our experiences, and also our incompetence at running live streams in showing you some channel wisdom. So you're going to share your channels with us in the description, filling out the form, and we're going to talk about them. We're going to say the good things, the bad things, and hopefully all of you can learn something, even if your channel doesn't get audited. In the meantime, if you're a regular here, you can do hashtag OG or hashtag something else that indicates that you're a regular. If you're new here, give us a hashtag new, but at the same time, you want to be watching this quick video that tells you exactly how this thing called live streams works. vidIQ channel audits are all about helping you become better YouTubers. To submit your channel for possible review, in the video description of this live stream, there is a link that will take you to this simple form. Fill it out, and prior to the stream, we will pick out several channels for review. Channel audits are free. We offer them as part of the vidIQ YouTube service, and we can't be bribed.
While super chats are always welcome, they will not buy you a channel audit. We do not want to create a financial barrier to this weekly community get-together. The live chat exists so that you can all converse with the community. Don't ask for channel audits. During a live stream, the hosts don't have time to read them, and moderators will put you in timeout. And speaking of moderators, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for supporting us every single week to make sure that this show gets up and running. It really is appreciated. We get hundreds of submissions every single week, and unfortunately we can't audit every channel. To ensure your channel has a fair chance each week, we purged a list, and after we audit pre-selected channels, we randomly choose which channels get audited. We only have so much time in a day to audit your channels, but if you download the vidIQ extension, our 24/7 channel audit tool will offer you tailored advice specific to your YouTube channel. If you haven't already done so, download vidIQ for free today. A link is in the video description. If you submit your channel, expect constructive criticism. We assume you want to grow your audience on YouTube, and that is what our advice is based on. Appreciate that we are viewing your channel for the first time. If we get something wrong, we didn't do it on purpose. It may be that your messaging and branding isn't doing the job it's supposed to do. And make sure to listen to the advice we give to all channels, not just yours. Test everything. Some strategies will work better for some channels, whilst it won't work for some channels at all. Always review the data YouTube gives you and then test again. Thumbnails are a topic that come up time and time again, so to help you with that, we put together both a playlist on our channel and a dedicated vidIQ Academy course. Links to both are in the video description of this live stream. We always appreciate it when you click on the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you know when we next go live. And do us a favour, folks, if you do find this live stream useful, share it with at least one other video creator who you think could benefit from our advice. Are you ready? Let's do this.
Final bits of housekeeping then before we jump into this. As always, we are continuing to support the COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund through YouTube. So there should be a donation opportunity at the top of the screen, and all your super chats go there. So thank you very much in advance if you do that. And as I say at the beginning of every live stream, if your channel doesn't get audited, then that is unfortunate, but we have 1,000 channel submissions every single week. And what you should be doing is paying attention to all of the channels that we're auditing, because I guarantee the same things that that channel is doing well or doing badly will often reflect on your channel, and you can apply many of the learnings to your channel. So do bear that in mind, and later on there may be a little quiz or something that I may be trying to test with you in the second half of the live stream. But with all of that being said, Dan and Travis, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Then we will start doing what is really important in this live stream, which is auditing your channels, where it will be really valuable, useful stuff rather than microphones being muted. So the first channel we are looking at this week is Mr. Facts. This channel submitted first on the channel audit form in the description, as you can do right now. So I'll let Travis start with this one. What do we have here from Mr. Facts?
The facts. Let's learn something. That's a great value proposition. It's a little vague, but it's great. At least it gives me an idea that these are facts that I hopefully will learn. I see that they tried a couple shorts, some with some success, and then some not so much. Shorts are kind of weird. We're still trying to figure those things out.
Worth testing for now.
Yeah. And it looks like they're just doing different types of facts. Now, the interesting thing about this is, while they say like facts in these brackets and stuff, I wonder if the titling strategy isn't kind of the opposite of what I would expect if I'm looking up facts. Some of these are pretty good. Like, for example, let's see, BlackRock is the world's shadow bank. That's kind of like, okay, that's some type of fact. But then there's other ones that are kind of weird, like the government watches 24/7 facts. So that sounds more like conspiracy than I mean, maybe it's true, but
yeah,
it doesn't seem like, if I were going to a fact channel, I would think like top 10 fastest cars in the world, 6 ways that athletes better their bodies, or something like that. Something that obviously in the title is more factual. But the vomit comment, I'm aware of that. But calling it a plain nickname vomit comment is like, the titling is weird for me, especially for a fact-based channel.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are okay though, I suppose. I mean, some of them, again, I think part of it is like, it doesn't feel like a fact channel, even though the videos are like these kind of interesting facts about things. I actually have seen another video about the car dealership that hates cash buyers. So I literally saw another video. It was suggested to me a couple of months back for some weird reason. I think it went semi-viral, and the titling was different. It's the same concept. It talks about the same stuff and it was like, you should never buy a car with cash, I think is what it was titled.
Let's have a look then. Never buy a car with cash and see if we can find it.
I think that's what it was. Something similar to that. Let's see. There's 5 reasons you should never buy a car with cash. Never buy. Keep going. I'll remember because the thumbnail was not good, but it was getting tons of views, and I don't see it here. It's interesting. Anyway, you'll notice that. Yeah. So I guess the point is the titling just is throwing me a little bit, and but other than that, it's an interesting channel.
Let's see how old it is at this point. So we've been going for 5 months, still experimenting. They haven't really had a breakout video yet, I don't think. Let's sort by most popular. I'll just do that, Dan, and if there's anything that's catching your interest here. It looks as if it is that one short that's done better than it. I mean, I'm not sure how that looks like. Mind you, they don't claim that it's a facts video, that one. Yeah. That seems more like a comedic one. But anything coming onto your radar here, Dan, for this channel?
I think the titles, Travis touched on this, might hold them back a bit. I wonder if you might try restructuring these a little bit by asking a question rather than posing it as just like, this is a fact. Like, maybe people aren't necessarily looking that up, but they might be asking the question, when will we drive solar vehicles? So I think phrasing it that way could change some things for you. I also feel like the thumbnails, while they're not bad, I think the Mr. Facts in the corner isn't the type of branding strategy I would use. I just feel like there needs to be a better strategy here. And just, I guess an overall like artwork seminar would help. If I'm not trying to be mean, just my opinion. Sometimes I don't even see the Mr. Facts thing, and I look for it, I'm like, oh, okay, now they did it again. It also doesn't even that doesn't look consistent. Sometimes the font changes a little bit. So yeah, I do think the thumbnails need to be improved a bit, because you wouldn't really know these are from the same channel if you were just kind of scrolling through.
Okay.
That would be what I picked up on.
So there's a couple of things for you, Mr. Facts, to sink your teeth into to take your channel, hopefully, to the next level. That was the first channel that submitted from the non-gaming form this week. So let's now have a look at a channel that is from the gaming side of the submission forms. And we're looking here at Smalls, a channel with a similar number of subscribers here, 142. And my quick guess of the channel's content is either trending stuff now, for example, Among Us, Fall Guys, or falling back onto the evergreen trend content, which might be Fortnite, I think, predominantly. Dan, I think this looks like a channel where we're going to be talking about the usual gaming thing. So let's try and list off, any gaming channels that are watching right now, and maybe under 100 subscribers or 500 subscribers. These are some tips that we're going to suggest to you that objectively take these and look at your channel, because they apply to so many gaming channels that are just starting out. So Dan, I'll start. What's your first thing that you maybe want to look at as a gaming channel here? And then I'll do one, then you do one.
Okay, so first things first is we like to tell people to play one game if they can, as much as they can. I would suggest a totally different strategy for variety channels, and a channel like this trying to cover these big trending games will not like it. But I would essentially say maybe like you want to start with the games that are a lot smaller than these if you want to do a variety channel, and then try and like help grow with them, as they're trying to advertise their game. That's a whole nother strategy. So we usually see channels like this, though, where it's a lot of Fortnite, Minecraft, Among Us now, Fall Guys, just these games that are so saturated and it's so hard to grow when you're just starting out.
Yeah, it's this raft here that we go from Rocket League to Among Us to Fortnite to Fall Guys to Minecraft. So that's 5 different games in 5 different videos. If somebody is subscribing for one of these, are they necessarily going to stick around for the next game that you cover, or is it your magnetic personality that's hopefully going to keep them coming back? And, the view counts are consistent at this point, but they're not necessarily driving up or down. So that might be one reason to maybe focus on a game for a bit. I mean, maybe you want to do a series, 5 videos and then another game, and then 5 videos and then another game. That might be a better strategy than it's almost like you're doing Among Us Friday and then Fortnite Saturday and then Minecraft Sunday. That's probably going to be a little too jarring for the audience. The thing I would say is that the thumbnails, you have this orangey text that's dominating many of the thumbnails, and especially in some of them it's difficult to read, and I don't think it has much impact either, like here and like here. I'm not sure what it's doing. And then this one here, I think this is a good example of whereby you're trying to combine a thumbnail and a title. Fall Guys need to fix this. So close. And then the arrow's pointing at something, but the colours are so dark and similar that I don't really know what you're trying to tell me here. And I need to get that in an instant when I'm looking at the thumbnail. So thumbnails would be my suggestion. And then, Dan, is there one more that we can maybe suggest here that we can think of?
That did cover it. Thumbnails, I was going to say don't use red text, and this is just so close to red text and thumbnail. This would look a lot better with white text. But when you do thumbnails like this, especially the one with the crown or the cake right next to it, what you want to do is go into Photoshop or your photo editing program of choice, cut out the thing you're trying to get people to look at, and make sure to make that the most prominent, maybe by blurring the background, maybe by just making it brighter, more vibrant and saturated. But try to it's a simple thing. It takes a little bit more time, but it definitely, you want to draw people's eyes. Like, I didn't even know the crown was in that picture till you pointed it out. I saw the so close and the disconnect screen or whatever that was, but that doesn't really get people to click on it. But an arrow pointing to a crown and then white text that says so close, even that with a blurry background would have sent the message, I think, a lot better. And
it's a good example of a thumbnail. It is a bit generic-y Fortnite. I wonder if you grabbed that from somewhere else, but it's the one with the most views as well, picking out the most recent content.
One thing I noticed is they have a news video about Fortnite, something about servers being down or something, and that got quite a bit of views. And that one you just pointed out got quite a bit of views. Yeah. And one of the things we'll tell new gaming channels is that when you're playing in these competitive spaces like Fortnite, Minecraft, places that have a lot of competition, if you can cover news, if you can cover different updates, or in Minecraft's case, like mods coming out, those types of things are going to be seen as valuable, and that's going to be your trick to getting discovered and getting your initial first viewers into your channel.
I think your point is proven here, Dan, by new in the title. So you're obviously covering something that's a topic of interest to the audience right now. And those are all your best performing videos when we talk about something that's kicking off in the Fortnite world. So plenty of things to consider here. And pretty much all of these things, all gamers can apply to their channel and look at, am I making the same mistakes? Or is there something that's working for my channel, but I'm not necessarily doubling down on that? So that is the first gaming channel. We will return to a lot more gaming channels later on. But in the meantime, it's over to Travis, who I would like you to do a little bit of commentary on the submissions for your Photoshop battle this week. We got some good ones.
Yeah, there were several that were really good. There's 2 that I really ended up liking. I had to pick one or the other, but the onion one was one of the first ones that came out. That was really funny.
It's so simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
but your face just sells it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a good one. There's some really good ones here. Savage Man's pretty good.
Look at the little kiss girl. I like that. I do like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's actually one of the winners right there. And then the Hell in a Cell, which I knew you would like.
Yeah, very good. Very good. I thought this one was funny as well.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Very good work. Very good work.
Right,
a little cameo appearance from our community manager there, Dan H., who is on the line. We'll hopefully bring him in later on. So, some good quality stuff, though.
I know. Look, the zombie one is amazing. I actually had originally picked the Mr. Beast one just because it's a YouTube related one. It makes a lot of sense. I like the thought process behind it. I really, really dig that one a lot. And the zombie one is just phenomenal. Like, good gracious. Just really great stuff.
Good efforts, folks. But the winner, you said, Travis, was this chat, wasn't it?
This one just because it's the algorithm. Like you're getting beat up by the algorithm. You don't really understand it. Like it's so perfect in so many ways. We just ended up picking that one. They're all great, like really good.
Very, very nicely done. Although with my continued jibes at Zelda games, that's Link, folks. That's not. Yeah. Oh, hang on. I guess I get the joke there. All right, yeah, all good. Anyway, let's audit the channel. I think it was Mr. H Tech. That was a submitter. Let me just check.
Oh, cool.
It was him, wasn't it? Yeah, Mr. H Tech. So, conveniently, Travis, this falls into your wheelhouse as a tech channel as well. So
I did
let's have
not
a look
even
at
know
Mr.
that.
Mr.
That worked out.
H Tech.
So the how-to series of things is always going to work well, and it usually 3,000 views in a week for a channel of this size is really phenomenal, especially if you're doing a lot of that content. If you're not, and it's just kind of you're trying to pop the channel a little bit, just be careful of some of that stuff, because if you end up getting too big, then that becomes your channel. There's paper-like screen protector, so a lot of just mobile tech, which is kind of where I live. So some really good, really phenomenal thumbnails here. Really well done.
I thought that.
I mean, for a channel this size, some of them are just outrageous.
I mean, some are better than others. I think like you need to look at some and say, there's a bit too much text or it's a little too chaotic. But when they're simpler, I think they have some real quality to them. So, some good stuff here.
Yeah, and other than that though, I like the consistency of like I kind of have a general idea of what type of products you're going to review, so I feel pretty good about that.
Do you? Because I was a little unsure. This is where I thought that they were doing a lot of testing.
So they're doing phones and tablet stuff, with the exception of the How to Watch series. And they've done that a couple times. Watch Champions League. So I've done this on my channel once a year. I'll do How to Watch Super Bowl, but I try to tie it back into the tech that you use. And if you're doing that, then that's probably the best way to go. But it's mobile tech, and I mean, I think this person's right in line. They're, they have a couple, like the Pixel 4 is a 2,000 view video. It's, I mean, they've done good work.
When you look at the subscriber count and you look at the variety of tech content that they're doing, because like different mobile phones, I mean, everybody gets phone cases, so it's the first thing that people are sent for free in the tech universe, and then it's Bluetooth speakers. But I mean, even these videos are getting like 300 views, and the channel size is 450. But then there are ones which you get, they're into the thousands already. So I think, would it be fair to say that the creator is probably still allowed to do testing right now? But I think ultimately they probably want to settle on maybe a phone channel or like a tablet channel, or
it depends on what they consider success in videos once they get bigger. It's a weird thing where you can get these kind of nice views across multiple products, and then what a weird thing happens when you get more subscribers, it seems to narrow you down. It's really strange. It does. So at some point you will probably, because I did the same thing, like I was a little bit more wide when I was starting out, and my videos would do well, and now if I try to do some of those same videos or those same products, they won't do as well. So I mean, at some point that's probably going to be something that you're going to want to consider. Short of that, I mean, I like the channel. I think it's really cool. Let me see the banner one more time. It's not bad. I like the no tech was harmed in the unboxing. I like that. And then the kind of generic like coffee table with the plant. I mean, it passes my smell test, especially for a channel this size. I think it's good.
If it passes Travis's smell test, then it's doing pretty well. Dan, any final thoughts before we move on? I didn't want to leave you out of this one.
No, it's great. You guys covered everything, and I am curious. I guess just from the perspective of someone who doesn't have a tech channel, what would be the strategy if they were to narrow down to say just tablets? Everything seems, maybe I'm wrong, it feels like everything comes out around the same time in the year, so it feels like you'd be really busy in parts of the year, and then you'd struggle for other parts of the year. Am I wrong about that? Or
no, you're right. And I think the easiest thing to do is choose a side of the fence, Android or iOS, and then Android or Apple, so to speak, and then just ride with that. I do both, but it does make it longer to kind of get the growth that some of my other friends who stick on one side or the other get, because the watch history is different. But for my own sanity, I need to be able to talk about both. So I would look at one side or the other and then pick that and then just hammer it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Travis, but the tech cycle generally is from September to April. There's stuff being released, especially on mobile phones, and then as soon as that comes to an end in the summer, it's just all rumor. It's just discussion, and so you can just fill the airtime with that. But although this channel isn't really doing that, I think they're just reviewing every single product they get their hands on, which is awesome. But yeah, some of these thumbnails are phenomenal. Like just that in its style and design. I mean, all right, it didn't get that many views. And maybe it's because it was a bit too niche, but that's a really quality thumbnail there.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's a great channel.
So yeah, thank you, Mr. H Tech. I think just would recommend continue what you're doing for the next, probably up until Christmas, and then I think as you've got through all of this huge tech areas, then you might want to think about, is there a particular area that I want to target specifically after Christmas? But for now, just enjoy making content. That was Mr. H Tech. All right. By the way, folks, you are watching the vidIQ channel audit live stream, and it would be remiss of me if I didn't tell you a little bit about vidIQ if you are new to this live stream. I'm just showing you the homepage here, and you may be noticing a couple of things that are a little different here on the homepage. Like if I moused over this number here, it would tell us that our good friend Alan Spicer has had 31 likes and 0 dislikes on this video, which means that it's well received by the audience. You may also notice in the top right hand corner that instead of going to the YouTube studio, I could just mouse over this little panel here and it shows us all of the analytics on the vidIQ channel right now. And if I wanted to get a quick breakdown of my entire channel through this channel audit button over here, then I get it. And this is all through vidIQ. Please ignore these red things here. Don't worry about that. The channel's fine. The channel's fine. We're just not doing as well as we did in previous months. But this is a full report card on our channel, and you can have all of this for your channel if you haven't yet downloaded vidIQ. Many of these tools are free, so do check in the video description. And we are now also have an amazing offer here on the audit live stream, whereby you can get 30 days of vidIQ, full access to everything. So that's all of our tools and the vidIQ Academy for 30 days. There is a link now in the woohoo pinned live stream comment that you can see on screen now. So just click there and then use that link for the full vidIQ meal tickets if you are a brand new customer. And with that being said, let's now move on to the next channel that we're going to audit here, which is Farmstead Smith. I do love the value proposition. What are we even doing here? That's kind of how I read that value proposition in my head. You have 500 subscribers. And again, Travis, I think this is one that you're really going to enjoy sinking your teeth into here, since you are now a zombie, according to the tweets. So what do we have?
Yeah, it's I mean, I love the thumbnails. If you're going to use text, it's really bright.
Issue, first of all, because of the person on the thumbnails, that was kind of throw me a little bit in terms of whether this was a channel about a personality, or they were focusing more on them rather than their life on a farm. And now I'm kind of getting the idea that it is life on a farm. But yeah, do you think maybe the creator has to think about whether they want to include themselves in the thumbnails, or they want to include the heroes of the farm, the animals and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, well, the duck video did pretty well, even though it's only 7 seconds. They probably should have made that a hashtag shorts, maybe. Yeah, I mean, again, it's the thumbnails and stuff are nice, but I guess other than like the ones where they have the supersede the bee, which is obvious that it's, about bees and stuff and the beehive, like some of those are great. Like you totally get what it's about. You totally understand like what you're going to get out of it. The other ones are more YouTubery, and I'm unsure. I could be wrong, but I wonder if, the people that would be looking for this are looking for YouTubery thumbnails, or are they more interested in seeing what they're going to find out about? I don't know. I've not really dealt a lot with this particular niche, but my guess is people that are looking for, maybe gardening or farm stuff are looking for more kind of realistic thumbnails, but I could be wrong.
Okay, let's just have a look at the description.
Oh, they're in Oregon. Cool. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Documented a journey. Yeah. So it looks like they
there's a bit of everything, isn't there? Yeah.
But I mean, they do have a focus on the videos themselves. So, I mean, I'm happy that it seems to be working. If you look at kind of, some of the views of some of these are really good.
Yeah, I'm encouraged by that, given the subscriber size.
And it's really interesting how many views these shorter videos are getting. Like the 46-second video with 1,000 views and the 7-second one with 400. That's very interesting. Especially in 2 days for a channel this size. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I'm guessing that. I mean, let's just have a quick look. Is this maybe a shorts experiment? Yeah, it's definitely a shorts. So this is like vertical video and like hashtag shorts. So it's working for this channel, which is awesome to see. I remember actually that I think they posted a quick comment in our Facebook group about them testing shorts, and it was working for their channel. So great to see that you're testing that along with your regular content. Dan, again, if you want to jump in and add anything.
I was definitely going to comment on the thumbnails as well. While they're really nice looking, I think that when it comes to farming content, I think animals, or if you're showing off like plants or things like that, I think that sells. I think it just kind of it shows what the content is a little bit more, I guess, because by first glance, this looks like a vlogging channel.
Let's be clear about one thing here, all three of us. Are we all agreeing here that the thumbnails are fantastic?
Yes.
But maybe the message of the thumbnails is a little confusing for the possible viewer. Like, am I going to find out more about the person, or I'm going to find out more about farming life? I just want us to agree on that, because usually we're really criticizing the thumbnails and like the text and like the technical elements. But I think the creator knows how to make thumbnails, but we're on to like the next level of conversation here. Yeah,
I think so. I really like them. They're very striking, but yeah, like you just said, it's just the context. It just doesn't. There's like a disconnect between the title and the thumbnail, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the text is being used to sell the video more than the image.
So the simplest thing for this creator to do would be to set up YouTube groups. You can do this in the analytics. Maybe test thumbnails with animals on them and thumbnails with your face on them, and see which are getting a higher click-through rate. And like maybe one's getting a higher click-through rate, but it's getting then lower audience view duration because you're not delivering what you promised, or maybe it's the other way around. I think the only we're asking from our common and conceptions of thumbnails, but it may be that you need to do the testing to find out there. But channel that's starting really nicely here. I think they're growing a good community. They've been on YouTube for a month. Look at all of this awesome content. They've got the foundations of a great channel already. Mm-hmm. I think we're trying to give advice for a channel that's already operating at a size of thousands of subscribers, whereas now we're just still working probably towards monetization. Let's move on then. If there are no other thoughts on this one, it's going to be Waffle News Incorporated next. I'm glad you incorporated Waffle News before starting this YouTube channel. Let's have a look. Dan, what do you think this channel is about? So there's a channel banner. You're probably not getting much there. So I'm going to show you these thumbnails and tell me, what do you think this channel is about? I
see some gaming content. It looks like some Roblox, but then I see some origami as well. There's a Tesla video. That's the thumbnail I've noticed the most, by the way, just I guess it's in its simplicity. It feels like somebody who has two hobbies, somebody who enjoys origami and someone who also enjoys Roblox.
Looks that way, doesn't it? It's arts and crafts plus video gaming. And that it's probably going to be a little difficult to try and operate in a single channel, unless you try and actually merge the two concepts together, where you start making origami Roblox characters or other things that are themed from the video game within your origami.
Yes, and that's going to be a bit tough to do, considering origami is very challenging. Maybe not for you. So it could be worth a shot. This is a situation where we would tell people you might want to have two channels, and I never like recommending that because managing two channels is kind of a nightmare.
I'm intrigued. I want to know if it in.
Oh,
hey, see that there are some examples. It's a very niche area, but
someone made the logo. That's funny.
It could be an opportunity for you potentially, if you want to try and merge the two. Sorry, Dan. Do continue.
No, it's all right. And I guess the other thing that's kind of confusing is the name of the channel along with the branding. It looks like they tried to make a waffle for their logo.
Yeah.
And it's not a channel that seems to be going over news about anything. And people like to, name their channels funny things, like after waffles or whatever. You can, in that effect, your channel name is your channel name. But when you put something like news after it, like waffle gameplay would make more sense, or waffle origami. Even if it's not waffle-themed origami, it's just your fake online name and then whatever your channel's about. I think that would be a little bit better because I'm not getting a news vibe here.
One more suggestion I'm going to make to the creator here is when you're filming and when you're creating your thumbnails, if you can have two light sources, so you got a big light there and then a big light there, it's going to stop shadows being cast on your videos, because I can see on all of the thumbnails, can you see like there's a little shadow being cast there and being cast there, and you can tell where the sort of a light source is just running out of steam. So if you can get 2 light sources, that's really going to help, and it'll make your imagery look a lot brighter as well. Yeah. Travis, any final thoughts on this one? Are you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, I think we can move on. I think just having a focus would be really good.
All right, then. So the next one is going to be another arts and craft one. And it is Exuberant Arts, and we can certainly tell from the channel banner immediately what your channel is about, which is fantastic. And looks like in the thumbnails you're kind of following advice that we've previously suggested, where you're either showing the final product or you're showing the progress. You're halfway into something, like you've drawn the hairpiece in this one, but maybe not. Or is that? You're just showing people how to draw hairstyles, not the actual face in that one. Interesting. Travis, this is one of your picks then. What have we got here?
Yeah, I mean, there's some really spectacular looking art here. To be honest, when I see stuff like this, I'm like, this needs to have more views. I mean, just looking at the thumbnails to see kind of like what you're ending up with, there's just some real talent here. So you always wonder, like, okay, then you realize, oh, they've only been doing it for 2 months. They just have a lot of videos.
Oh, yeah.
So then you're like, oh, okay, then it's fine. One thing that I just want to mention is the expectations of views. Like I talk to people almost every day that have an expectation that if they put something on YouTube, I heard someone the other day tell me that the thing that we love to hear, Rob, I know you love this. I work so hard on my videos and YouTube doesn't promote them like they should.
Yeah.
That is something we hear so often. The reality is this: there's 500 hours every minute uploaded on YouTube. Only so much is going to get seen. And just because you're putting out good content doesn't mean it's going to get seen, certainly not to the degree that you might think. But if you are putting out good content and you're doing it consistently and you're doing things like connecting videos to each other with end screens and descriptions and stuff like that, then over time, it is very possible, if not likely, that YouTube will find the correct audience for it. And, with things that are evergreen like this, because the drawing is evergreen, it could find an audience a year from now and then just lift the entire channel as more people find it and see like these really cool drawings. So don't get discouraged. I think some of these drawings are spectacular looking, and there's no reason that this channel can't grow by doing what they're doing.
I've got a couple of thumbnail suggestions here. It feels like you're watermarking your thumbnail just to make sure that nobody copies them by including your channel name. I'm wondering if you could do that a little more artistically, maybe with a logo in one of the corners, possibly. And also, again, just like the previous creator, I don't think these thumbnails are doing justice to your drawings. The lighting doesn't seem quite vibrant and sharp enough. So maybe you could invest in a light that's really going to help you out there. And then, Dan, any final thoughts from you on this one?
I was going to say the same thing. I think, especially in these later ones, when text is used, it just sometimes the colored text doesn't do the thumbnail justice, especially the BTS one. I almost didn't even see the text there. It looks like they're putting a little more work into thumbnails lately, but I think they need to be a bit brighter, a bit more maybe contrasty, just because they just feel a little flat.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this final thumbnail. This is a really good example of a thumbnail where you're showing progression in something that you're drawing, and like I immediately get what I'm clicking into on this thumbnail. So that's continue with that style of thumbnails and quality. You're going to go a long way. And the final thought is, you did a short video here. It's not in vertical format, so it wouldn't be considered a YouTube Shorts. But maybe there is an opportunity here for some time-lapse creations to just add some more extra testing of content. But yeah, Exuberant Arts, some really cool, interesting stuff here. And nice consistency in the thumbnails that I've just noticed as well. That we always know that from the pencil drawing and the simple use of including your channel name that the content is from you. I'd also maybe test different video lengths, because you have a couple of videos that are a minute long, then you have others that are 10, 15 minutes long. I'm wondering if there's a sweet spot for the average length of video for you. Moving on to the next channel then. This is going to be Flipsy. And you have just over 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you. That's one half of monetization solved. And Dan, Travis, whoever is first, what type of channel do you think this is?
It reminds me of a lot of these big channels we see that do just nutty things all the time. Kind of like Mr. Beast.
Yeah,
Or-
that's the vibe I got after 30 seconds of looking at this as well.
Yeah. Which is going to be interesting. They're getting a lot of views. We've
Yeah.
seen channels like this pop up.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
usually it's like, oh, that's going to be a struggle for you. This channel's doing well.
Yeah.
How old is it?
Let's see. Oh, they've been on YouTube 3 years, but it looks like they kicked into a new gear maybe in the last 6 months, I would say. They've really started to take this seriously and take on a lot of inspirations from other creators.
Yeah. What do you think, Travis?
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting because typically we would tell someone, no, you got to be more specific. But every so often, a person's personality is kind of wins. And if you have a good enough topic that people will click, and then they click in and then they kind of connect with your personality and what you're doing, then it works. So it wouldn't be something that I would necessarily recommend to most YouTube creators to try something like this, because I think the chances of success are lower. But when it does work, the cool thing about it is it gives you a level of freedom in your content where you don't have to be so niched down, because really, what is this niche? It's really whatever he kind of wants to do that's of interest. So yeah, it's kind of cool to be able to find someone who can create like this and get some good views on these videos.
We're often talking about the fundamentals and the technical aspects of YouTube, which you kind of need to have an understanding of. If you're perhaps not as talented a creator in terms of personality and vibe and energy and ideas, and I feel as if this creator has that skill already, where they can think of these zany ideas and they have a good way of presenting it. My assumption is that probably the watch time is pretty good on some of these videos. So as you say, Travis, if they have that innate creative spark and talent, it gives them the license to be a little more expressive and have that freedom to do what they like. And for this channel, which has just over 1,000 subscribers, each of their videos is well stocked in terms of community engagement, and then we have these occasional videos that are breaking out, like 50,000 views here and there. So I think we just continue to recommend the creator does more of this. I think the thumbnails could probably still do a little bit of cleaning up here and there. There are some really good ones, like this one. Really gives you an idea of what we're getting into. This one as well. And then others are a little more chaotic, like this one's a bit too much maybe going on in the thumbnail, as well as this one. And again, this one seems a little too chaotic. But again, the creator is experimenting and finding what works for them. Any final thoughts then for Flipsy that we could maybe suggest?
No, just say keep at it myself.
All right. We'll move on to the next channel then. And that is going to be Money with Marcus. Financial independence tips every Tuesday. And he's just done one literally an hour ago. And you've been on YouTube for less than a month. So channel at the beginning of their journey. What could we suggest to them? Starting with Dan, and then we'll move on to Travis.
So let's see. What can we see? The first videos. Let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, let's see. Money with Marcus Financial Independence channel. So it looks like their trailer, things like that. A lot of videos titled Financial Independence and trying to answer that question. What is financial independence? I wonder if it's time to start exploring some different themes related to financial independence.
Okay, yeah, good observation there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because there's things that lead to it, and I'm drawing a blank on exactly what that might be, but maybe I'm just opening the door for you guys now. But you kind of see what I'm getting at, hopefully.
Travis, the door is open.
So you could probably work this into things like having a small business, entrepreneurship, that sort of thing. Financial independence can mean a lot of things. So it's nice that he has what is financial independence, if I explain. So that's great. But you probably could leverage some entrepreneurial content that's already out there and make your own versions of it, telling people how to have maybe a passive income and that sort of thing, where they don't have to worry about going to their 9 to 5. So, and then of course investments, which of course, right? Like, of course that's a thing. So maybe looking at kind of that, like your umbrella is financial independence, but how to get there can be things like, selling online and investments and, whatever, pyramid schemes or whatever the heck.
Hello.
I mean, don't do those, obviously. But anyway, the point being, the umbrella is important to make sure everything underneath of it makes sense to it, but you could have a little bit of freedom here.
Interesting thing here I noticed for this channel is there are a couple of videos here which are less than a minute long, and I think they may be attempts at shorts, especially these two. Yep, that's a short, and that is a short, and those are the two most popular videos. So there's an interesting side discussion here, and I did mention this in one of my shorts videos recently, in that there is that phenomenon of where you jump on a trending topic and you end up having a viral video, and then where are you as a channel? You're suddenly this channel about something that you initially didn't want to be about. And I also feel as if this could end up being a similar thing for channels with video length, whereby they experiment with shorts, and all of a sudden they find that these short videos are far more popular than their long form content. And so do they pigeonhole themselves as a short form content creator on YouTube? And do people subscribe and then expect all of these videos of less than a minute and they're not interested in anything long form? I was just wondering if either of you two had any thoughts on this yet.
I'm a bit interested to see what shorts end up doing in the long run. I think right now it's really exciting. It's really new. I think that people are getting windfalls of views. But for me personally, like I did one that did okay on my personal channel, and it hasn't really driven any subscribers to join my channel. And it's not that people aren't enjoying it. It's getting likes. It even got a few comments. The retention's good, but even though I did a call to action, no one really bothered subscribing. I just feel like shorts are meant to be this content that's almost like you're watching it on the go, right? You have your phone in one hand and you're on the train and you're just kind of skipping through stuff, kind of like we would watch TikTok, right? The content is on TikTok is a bit more disposable. That's always been my view of it anyway. And I just don't know if certain channels benefit from this in the long run. I think right now, while the algorithm is still kind of developing around shorts, everyone can get something from it, but over time, I think it's going to cater to a different style of content. And I don't know. This is all my own speculation, and I know that's a little more general than what you asked, but that's been my thought on shorts. Is I don't know if it's a long-term strategy, but I want to be wrong because it's really exciting to see these new channels just suddenly getting all these views.
Any speculation from you yet, Travis, on shorts? Yeah, short form content.
We just have to wait and see if YouTube considers it a success.
Right.
If they do, we'll either see kind of a more fleshed out version of it, maybe a better spot in the YouTube app, or it'll just go away. And that's the thing, is that we don't know. It's obviously in a testing phase right now. They haven't called it beta really, but they also have only really kind of kept it officially over, in India. So we'll see. Like if it does well in India and everywhere else, then we'll probably see more of it, and it could be something really interesting. It obviously works as a content form, as TikTok has shown. Yeah. Instagram has jumped on with Reels. So I don't see why it couldn't work here.
So for a channel like this, we would probably be saying, you've got some short videos that are the best performing ones, but that's not necessarily an indicator of a successful channel yet. Continue to operate as if you are a YouTuber creating a channel where you're going to be making long form content, and the shorts are just a bonus at this point. So you're aware of this new environment on YouTube, but you don't want to put all of your eggs into that basket just yet. Then let's move on to the next channel then, if we all agree on that, and it is going to be Deidre Fabre. I hope I pronounced your name correctly there. You are the Traveling Chronicles. So I'm always interested to see how creators who are travel vloggers or travelers in some sense on their channel are coping with the restrictions that are going on around the world here. And it seems as if you've either continued to travel, or you've been able to batch up lots of content, which you're now releasing on a regular basis, maybe 1 or 2 videos a week. And Travis, I'm going to let you lead with this one. What are we? Oh, blimey.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. What's the thing that? Okay. So this I was literally going to say what gave them all the subscribers, because it's not these views. And if you notice, there's a crocodile attack zebra, and then another one that says zebra as far as you can see. So it was essentially those two videos which got them subscribers, which is why you're noticing their views are not exactly excellent.
I just want to, here we go. So this is what I mean by the shorts effect. You know, like a video that back in May had 800 views, and then in September, like this must all be from that YouTube Shorts phenomenon. I can't say for certain, but I can't see what else is going to cause a video to suddenly do that, which is. So I think this is a perfect example now. Like, this is a channel whereby they're probably looking at these numbers thinking, how on earth did that happen to that video? And they've kind of tried to follow it up a little bit. And yeah, okay. I was just wondering what the format is from the other videos. So they're probably wondering why some videos are getting lots of views and some aren't.
I would put money on that, that they don't exactly understand that while they're doing other videos like that, they're not shorts, and it's the short that took off, not necessarily the content.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that was kind of what I was trying to say earlier to limited effect. I think that shorts are great for views for that video, but I just haven't seen it help an overall channel yet. And
so 2.5 million views is probably turned into 2,000 of those subscribers.
Probably.
And they're not returning. Well, the views aren't too bad. But yeah, right now there's a terrible conversion rate, isn't there, Dan? So you're just getting these videos that work in isolation of themselves currently, unless, there are a couple of exceptions with a Mr. B Shorts channel. And we spotted a channel, Travis and I, yesterday, that we'll probably maybe talk about in a future video. Yeah, so shorts are distracting us a little bit here. So let's try and get back to the nuts and bolts of this channel. What do we think?
Travis, you want to start?
I guess. So the thing is, part of it is animal related, and then there's like some non-animal related stuff. And I understand it's travel, but I think what's happening is the videos that they got like all those views were animal related stuff. So if you do convert subscribers on that, that's probably what you want to lean into.
Yeah, safari content has been the most successful so far here.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, it feels like a mix, right? Like when you go traveling, you see different animals, and it does start to feel like, you know, I get that it's one channel and these things are all related when you probably become a member of their community. But when it's just us kind of looking at it from the outside looking in, it feels like two different things. Like, here's my animal enthusiast channel, here's my travel channel where I go and see cool places. And then the middle there, where it's the Michelle Obama in Vancouver video, like these videos where the thumbnails are split in half. I'm not really sure exactly what these are about. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of maybe I could chalk it up to testing. Because it just, as we kind of go through the channel's life cycle, it just feels like a lot of different things have happened in a short amount of time.
All right, then. So that is Deidre Fabre with an interesting channel there, going through some challenges, given the content and how it's kind of giving strange influences and numbers on the channel there, and that's the shorts effect that we're going to continue to monitor over the next couple of months. We're now an hour in, folks, and if you are enjoying this live stream, do make sure to give it a thumbs up and share this live stream with other creators who may find this useful. Another thing you may find useful is the vidIQ Academy, which we now do have a pinned link in the live stream chat there. Thank you, Dan H, for doing that. And this will give you access to some of our courses if you are a free user of YouTube, of vidIQ. So earlier on, you'll have seen what the tools can do, and you've downloaded that now. We also offer you these extra learning vehicles outside of YouTube. And right now, this guide on how to set up your YouTube filming space, it covers gaming, it covers just a regular vlogger shooting in their studio, and also if you want to film in a kitchen, Sydney takes you through all of those different scenarios, well worth a look. And if you then take your YouTube learning to the next level, so if you use that code, as I believe you'll get access to all of our courses as well right now. And you can see there's tons of stuff that will be available to you there if you take up our offer, which is now in the description if you wanted to use the code. So that is the vidIQ Academy. And with that being said, what we are now going to look at is a gaming channel. This is Mob1, and it is our Discord submitted channel. We'll talk about that in a short while. But first of all, Dan and Travis, let's take a look at this channel that we're going to audit. And it looks to be another racing gaming channel, specifically targeting Forza Horizon 4, I believe. So that is their niche. And yeah, pretty consistent there. Seem to be posting nothing but, which is good to see. The view counts seem to be a little stronger a while ago. Are these all from Forza? How long has it been out for, Dan? Is it?
Oh, gosh.
I think probably at least a year, Forza 4. I'm just wondering if the interest in that video, in that game, is perhaps beginning to wane a little bit as the next one is on the horizon. Forgive the pun.
Ha. Yeah, I think that might be what's going on here a little bit. It's just kind of strange to see the view count so strong and now less so. And I wonder, what's really different about these videos? I would say the thumbnails have gotten a little bit better, whereas these are more text heavy. While the newer ones, I feel like there's still a little bit of room for improvement. They are getting better. Yeah. Maybe it's just because the age, the videos just have been around longer, so it just seems like they have better views. But maybe overall, it's pretty consistent. So where to go from here? If there is any information out there, any scraps of information at all, Forza 5 or the next iteration of the game, I would be going out of my way to cover it in any way I can. Maybe even if there's not, you could do a what I would like to see in Forza 5 style video. Because that's going to help, I think, a lot with getting your channel just overall just discovered. What I do like about this channel is they're taking our biggest piece of advice, which is to stick to your niche. Play one game if you can, and that's what is going on here, which is cool. Let's see. Okay,
I just saw by most popular because I saw whenever they include an update, the videos just outperform a little bit. I mean, again, like twice as many views whenever it's an update on a certain thing. So again, it's that news updates, trending topics, keeping up to date, where the big creators may ignore these updates to a game, whereas you can be like the authority on it, and that's worked to some extent on your channel. Something else I wanted to check as well. I'm just going to play a video for a very short amount of time because I'm intrigued to know whether this is just gameplay content or there's commentary on it, because I feel as if there might not be any commentary, but I could be wrong. So I'm just going to play this.
Now I think about it. Yeah.
So let's just go halfway in. If my internet is up to So, as far as I can tell, I mean, I've only played 5 seconds of one of the clips there. There is no commentary. It's just somebody playing the game. So there's always that challenge from a viewer's point of view of they can get this stuff pretty much anywhere from the big channels showing trailers and gameplays. And as a smaller channel, you want to be adding something unique and valuable. And so you may want to start experimenting with commentary if you can. And if we've misdiagnosed the channel there from 5 seconds, we do apologize. But it was just the way the titles and the thumbnails are talking to me. It's like, I'm going to show you this car on this level, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to add any thoughts on it. It's just going to be gameplay.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. And now that you mentioned it, yeah, that when this channel was sent to me, and we're going to explain how that all went down in a minute. When this channel was sent to me, I was notified that they aren't currently using commentary in their videos, so I do appreciate that insight. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a big thing, and I know a lot of gaming channels, especially in our Discord, we've gotten that question, like, do I have to put commentary? Do I have to show my face? Anything that involves people's personality, I think people are just out of the gate a bit shy. And it is so important to bring your spin to it because this footage is out there before the game's even released. IGN gets it, Kotaku gets it, all the big games media get this footage, and they show everything. and there's usually just music or no commentary, or they add their own commentary. You have to compete with that. So you want to bring your personality to your channel wherever and however you can. And with gaming channels, I don't think putting your face in is super important. Maybe it depends on the game, a horror game perhaps, but games like this probably not. But commentary is just so important.
Yeah, so the big question for you, I guess, in the chat is, how many channels do you watch, gaming channels, which don't have any commentary, which are just gameplay? And you'll probably answer the question, well, when I want to see a new game, you'll probably go to one of the big ones like IGN. But like to watch somebody play through a game, I'm not really looking at specific creators because they're not adding any unique value to it. But that's something, of course, to talk about in the chat, which, of course, you can do in the Discord server 24/7 after this live stream is finished. So Dan, tell us more about the vidIQ, not Twitch, we can talk about that later, the vidIQ Discord server.
Yeah, so we have a very active, just newly revamped vidIQ Discord server where creators, big and small, come together to ask questions about their channels, learn from other creators. We have very active channels in there where people talk about thumbnail strategy and SEO and everything you can imagine around YouTube. When you get in there, be sure you read the rules, and then you can give yourself a rank. You can tell everybody in Discord, basically, I'm a gaming channel, I'm a beauty channel, I'm a tech channel. You can get yourself in a rank, and then off you go. This channel that we chose, that we just audited, was actually a very active Discord community member. We're starting to, with the help of our community manager, pick out people who have been just extremely helpful in the Discord, extremely active in the Discord, and we are trying to give back to them a little bit by giving them a channel audit and just saying thank you for being an active community member. So if you're somebody who goes in there and you're there to help, you could be noticed as well. There is no submission form in Discord. It's all about what you bring to the community.
That is an awesome one.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I'm just going to have to go back. Right, so what we're doing here, that wasn't on screen, but I was just looking at some of the memes in the background. So let's go back to so when you submit on Twitter, some of the tweets, if we find them entertaining enough, we stop scrolling, we have to check out the image, and we enjoy it, then we will choose it as a channel to audit. And that is a beauty.
Little known thing. I have been watching a ridiculous amount of Among Us gameplay stuff on YouTube and a little bit of Twitch over the last week. Like, really, probably an unhealthy amount. So, just because of that, I immediately want to do something about that because I think that's an awesome. Oh, we've already done Just Place, have we?
Have we? Let's have a look. I can't remember off the top of my head whether we audited this channel. I don't think we have. This looks like a new one to me.
All right.
So yeah, let's have a look here, Dan. We audit channels based on humorous and entertaining tweets that you send our way that involve us. And who is it? Who's among us? Maybe we'll find out by the end of this live stream. But Dan, we've got a gaming channel here. And I think there are going to be several things that we've talked about before. I think when we were talking about the first gaming channel. And I'm going to start with, I've been looking at this channel now for 30 seconds. And I have no clue what games this creator wants to cover. Dreams Online, is that it? A bit? Get Wrecked? Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Dreams PS4 keeps coming up over and over again. But
yeah, okay, I'm seeing that now.
Even though we don't know what that game is, I feel like normally we can kind of suss out exactly what the channel's trying to do with their game of choice, and I can't this time. I'm struggling a little bit, and I think that's the crux of the issue. The thumbnails, some of them have a lot of work put into them, and some of them there's just like a still of some gameplay. And it does look like the ones I'm pointing at in particular are shorter than a minute, so they could just be testing out different shorts. Although their shorts don't really have, for how long they've been out, don't have the kind of views we've been seeing lately. So maybe you didn't put hashtag shorts, or maybe the title just didn't show up anywhere and it never got pushed. So I guess we could speculate on that all day. I'll just give one piece of advice, and maybe if someone else wants to jump in. I think using the YouTuber face and stuff like you are, that's a good start. But between that and the text and some of the elements you're putting in your thumbnails, I think you're spending a little too much time adding stuff to your thumbnails, and I would try to make them more simple. It's maybe you making a face and then one other element on the screen with text that's nice, bold, maybe just one color, nice and readable. Usually white or black or just something very simple. I would try and simplify your thumbnails.
In most of these thumbnails, they're very flat, aren't they? So everything is in sharp focus. So nothing's not necessarily in the background or a foreground. It's just all there on screen and it's difficult to follow. What I'm being distracted by is that, first of all, this thumbnail here, where we have previously appeared, you have previously appeared on the live stream. So I think you're going to be maybe you're going to be doing another video. And also this one here, like, I don't know why I'm in that thumbnail. I think that's my 4 pose when I had the 4 hammer. But that is a little disturbing, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, so gaming focus, thumbnail improvement is certainly something that you may need to look at. There you are. That's that channel. And I'm going to be honest, Travis, I think I want to audit this channel because I just love that. I do love that submission. Yeah. It was very funny. So we're going to look now at Mr. Martuts. You got a big M in your channel banner, but it looks like from your thumbnails that you're all about Photoshop tutorials. And it looks as if, okay. So you're doing some short videos, but just bear in mind that none of these would be considered as shorts except for this last one because they're not in a vertical format. So you're going to be losing out a little bit there if you are testing shorts. Bear that in mind. But you have corrected that in the final video. Now then, generally speaking, Travis and Dan, what do we think about these Photoshop tutorials? And the concepts. Oh, there's a lot of short videos here. Wow, plenty going on there.
Yeah, I think they tried shorts without really looking into what you need to do shorts. I mean, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have been accidental. Like they just happen to be short videos. You know, when you're doing Photoshop stuff, your thumbnail game has to be top notch. And while a lot of these are better than most that we see, they're not necessarily on the same level of some photo. Like you look at Leela, I mean, her, she's not doing Photoshop, but she's doing Premiere. And I mean, it's next level stuff. Like some of these bottom ones are pretty good.
Yeah, these bottom ones are pretty good.
Yeah, but just remember, if you're going to be in the Photoshop space, your thumbnails have got to be on another level.
Yeah, it's almost as if the first few were of really high quality, and maybe they thought because they're not getting the clicks they wanted, they've kind of the standard dropped a little bit. Don't get me wrong, the standard is still pretty good, but I look at this row of thumbnails versus the ones down here. Now, it may be you're not putting in as much effort because you're assuming they're shorts, and in shorts, you can't see the thumbnail. So that might have been another reason why we're doing it. So yeah, a bit more understanding of shorts would probably help you there. But some high quality ones. Another reason why this channel might not yet picked up any traction is because you are doing, I think, a lot of what's been done before in this space, presumably. That's not to say that you shouldn't do it, because if you can become the best content creator in that space, then you will start to get traction. But if it's already been done before, it means it's harder to get noticed. You know, like all of the Fortnite channels and all of the other how-to tutorial channels that are covering things that have been done in this space before. Dan, any final thoughts from you here?
Yeah, can we see if they're putting commentary in their videos?
Now, would this be for one of the short videos or
no? For a general tutorial.
Right. Okay. So I will pick. They're all really short. I think they've definitely targeted super quick tutorials. So my guess is if we click on one, let's go with this one.
I guess it depends on a few factors, but let's see how they do it.
I'm guessing with them being so short, they don't have time to do commentary, but we'll find out. Come on into it. Looks to be music to me, and it's that classic music that's used in a lot of tutorials.
Yeah. So one thing I just wanted to make sure that was going on wasn't like a notepad pulled up with text, like the commentary, but I've seen that so many times. So I just want to make sure. Definitely when it comes to stuff like this, if it's a simple enough trick, I've gotten in a lot of tutorials without commentary. As long as the screen is zooming in and there's arrows pointing to stuff. I just was wondering because I'm concerned at the lack of views for how helpful these videos feel like, especially if you're just learning Photoshop.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if it was a situation where YouTube was pushing it and people were just immediately turned off by something. But other than that, maybe it's just a matter of cover some Photoshop updates. The software updates all the time. So if there's a new trick or something, be one of the first to cover it. And yeah, and go into different communities and see what questions people are asking. Like, oh my gosh, how do I you know, how do I blur the background of something? How do I cut something out and blur the background? Like, if you keep seeing questions come up, that could be ideas for new videos.
Okay. That is Martutsen for the channel. And now, what we're going to do is briefly look at some channels that we've visited in the past. And we're going to just spend a couple of minutes talking about them, because we often talk about channels we'd like to revisit, like in 3 to 6 months' time. And some of those channels did submit this week. So we're going to look here first at Michael Goff, who is the Fitter, Faster, Stronger CrossFit channel. And I know he's been toiling away for at least a year, slowly building up his channel, and he's got it up to over nearly 1,000 subscribers. Now, what's really interesting with this channel was that, you know, as you can see, like 10 months ago, they were getting like a few hundred views on videos. Some of them were tanking a little bit. But in the last couple of weeks, look what happened here. Regular videos getting maybe a few hundred views. Then they do a video about how to watch a CrossFit games. Got tens of thousands of views. And then the subsequent videos all get tens of thousands of views. And when I just mouse over each of these, it looks as if it's content they've got from perhaps these games and competitions and put them side by side in comparisons. So using the athletes' names, maybe the videos are doing really, really well. But the concern here I have for this channel is that there's a strong pivot away from what you're usually doing, which is your own CrossFit training content. And now you're just using repurposed content. And what type of channel are you now? Are you still a personal fitness trainer, or are you showing other people doing personal fitness? Because once you moved away from that content, you're down to this video of yourself with 2,000 views, but it got really poor likes and dislikes, and I'm wondering why that was. So any extra thoughts here on maybe if the channel's made the right decision, or they're going to find some challenges with what they've done, Travis?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I think it's a little early. We'll see as more content comes out on this channel whether or not the risk was worth it. For as many views as they got for that couple of weeks time, it didn't seem like they got a lot of subscribers out of it, which I think is very telling.
Yeah.
I think people got what they wanted and left. So it would be interesting to figure out. Of course, I don't know how many subscribers you had before that. Maybe most of those subscribers came in this last couple of weeks. But if they did, then you need to know what they subscribe for. And if they subscribe for that content, you're not going to give them that content anymore. You might see some like dislike stuff. You might see a loss of subscribers. So you need to really think about what videos are bringing you subscribers, why it brought them, the subject matter, and then try to give them more of that.
So again, I'm just going to play like a tiny portion of this video just to show you that I don't think there's any reaction to it. It's just music with actions. So I'll skip ahead. There's just music there. Again, that's just music. So I'm feeling if you wanted to somehow leverage this a little bit more, you could introduce yourself and be reacting and talking about what they're doing and why they're doing it. That might be a good way to combine the two pieces of content there, Michael.
I had a funny idea.
Yeah, go on then, Dan.
Oh, or did you freeze?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you're here.
Yep.
What if it was you versus Noah Olson, for example, rather than the two different competitors? It's you. And I've never done CrossFit. I'm sure what they're doing is incredibly challenging, and you'll probably just laugh and go, I couldn't do, but maybe you could. I might try that as a pivot to try and get yourself back on your channel.
Interesting. Yeah. So I think we're all in agreement there that the Dangerous Fitness channel has done is remove themselves from the content, which it was all really much focused on how they were helping and training people to just this general CrossFit content. And so we're thinking of ideas of how to bring yourself back into it so that you don't end up being a channel where people, as Travis said, go to the video to get what they want, but they have no interest in the channel themselves. And so that's the first channel we're revisiting here from Michael Goff. The next one is BK42. I remember auditing this channel back in the days of when Jeremy and I were doing it. So it's great to revisit the channel, which now has over 2,000 subscribers. Hey, you're YouTube certified. How cool is that? I'm not sure if I am anymore. I think mine may have expired, but don't tell anyone. So what do we have here? I think, now this is funny because both Dan and Travis picked this channel as one to maybe audit. So I'm going to sit back, fold my arms, have a drink, and let you two talk about it. Go.
I love the thumbnails. I think they really look great. I think sometimes there's too much text in them. Every once in a while, there's really small text, so I would change that. But what's interesting is they have a very cool branded color, which is easy to see all the time. If you see the thumbnail, you know it's going to be one of their videos. I'm so about that. I think it's so important, considering most views come off the home and up next. Like if you can see something on your homepage you recognize and it's a channel that you like, and the fact that yellow sticks out really well against other thumbnails, I think it's such a good choice. I also like the focus. It's an interesting niche. It's one of those things that it might take a while to kind of catch on, but when it does, it's going to find the right people. And once YouTube does that, I mean, the growth can be very fast. So doing some great stuff here. Views are really good, especially some ones that hit like 1,000 in a month. And, that's like half of their subscriber base. Really good stuff. I really enjoy what they've done.
And Dan, you chose this channel because...
I was going to point out the exact same thing you just typed in. Like the videos that are doing extremely well are the ones that have custom in the title. When I first saw this channel, that's what I thought. I thought it was custom mini bikes and e-bikes and stuff. And I realized these are actually, it's almost like a tech channel for e-bikes, which I thought was really cool. But it's both. I don't know if they're building these or reviewing them or what. But it's such an interesting niche, and what's cool about this is I think this would apply or appeal to anyone. If you're someone, even if you don't necessarily want one of these for yourself, I think this is just, I would watch these. These are just cool.
I'm just mousing over the to get the preview, and each one just looks like there's something interesting and entertaining going in each of these. Like the editing, I think, is probably really strong in these videos as well, which is great to see. Would we all agree that this channel perhaps deserves more subscribers and views than it currently has, just given what we can see here?
Yeah,
I think so.
So yeah, let's just sort by most popular. Is custom the trigger keyword for this channel? Because it appears to me that it is. All right, maybe...
Building, cheapest, secrets, review, custom, and then build and fix.
Maybe
so it's
not
like
then,
build, fix,
yeah,
constructing kind of and then secrets. Yeah, I mean, so between reviews and building and that sort of thing, they could have like multiple shows where they'll show you how to build something, they'll show you how to fix something, and then they'll show you a review of the latest. I think would be a good 3 different shows.
So those are 2 channels that we have audited in the past, and we just thought we'd revisit them and wonder how they're getting on, and some interesting stuff there. Now then, I talked about the Academy a little earlier on, but did you know we also have a rewards service as part of vidIQ? So if you sign up, you get access to some free stuff. Like the vidIQ is one thing that's free, but also you get free trial for Epidemic Sound. We also give you some free sound effects and discounts to all of these things that will help you in your creative journey. Again, there is a link in the description, and hopefully maybe there'll be a pinned link to this as well to find out more about rewards. And depending on your subscription here at vidIQ, so even basic free users get access to all of this, and then if you're a pro and a boost, you do get more discounts there. So do please check all of that out. There is a link in the description and maybe in the pinned comments as well. Now then, let's now jump into the random area of the live streams, whereby we look at these 2 forms and we say, right, who can we audit from these channels? And so I am going to make sure that the claw is correctly calibrated so that we pick some numbers. And we're going to go for a gaming channel first. So the first gaming channel number I'm pulling out is 235. And then Dan and I can take a look at this channel, which is called Call Me Isabella. I have deja vu about this channel name. I feel as if we may have covered this one recently, or maybe we haven't. Right, well, thanks for that. You've submitted your channel. You got a channel banner. You got 2 subscribers. No videos. Next channel. Thanks for submitting. Easiest channel we're going to submit. We're going to audit today. The next one, we'll do another gaming channel there because that was a little unfair to our gaming community. We'll look at Harry Urquhart for this one. I think your name is. And here we go. You have 50 subscribers. And you look like you're playing block tanks. Ooh, that seems like another super simple game, which is entertaining. That's a live stream. Lots of live streams, actually. Mostly live streams. and also some stuff down here. Bighorn Fire Report, Cold News. That's not a video game, is it?
No.
Catalina Mantafat, that's not a video game. So that's just news reports, maybe? Tarantula in my yard. Is this a gaming channel? I'm confused.
Yeah, I think maybe it wasn't, and then it was, and it might have been a situation where they got some subscribers and stuff from some of the older content, you know.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, I already have some subscribers, so I'm going to start doing what I've wanted to do for a long time and play games. So that said, they are getting reviews. Maybe the subscribers came from games. I don't know, but I would definitely unlist the older content is what I'm getting at, because it is confusing and it does pull away focus from your channel. The next thing I would do is, I think, thumbnails. And I know you're doing live streams, and it looks like you are using custom thumbnails.
Yeah, it does a bit.
But there's so much going on in them that they don't. I feel like you're doing yourself a disservice. You could be getting a lot more clicks, I think, if your thumbnails were a lot more clean and simplistic. The text is hard to read. I can barely make out the word update there. Nothing wrong with the word live. That puts it into perspective for people coming to your channel after the fact. But yeah, I think thumbnails would be your next bet. For live streams, given your channel size, these are pretty good views. I'd be curious to see what your concurrent viewership is.
I was going to say that, Dan. Like, now that they've decided to focus on live streams for the last 2 weeks exclusively, those numbers aren't anything to sniff at when the channels are this size. I mean, sometimes you can do a live stream with 50 subscribers and one person turns up, and it looks as if at least maybe 5 or 10 people are watching these live streams. So that's encouraging to see.
Yeah, definitely. YouTube has that opportunity where you can do titles and thumbnails and things like that, where you can't do that on a place like Twitch. So definitely take advantage.
Let's kick things into overdrive now. Let's try and do some rapid fire channel auditing as we move in between non-gaming channels and gaming channels. So this is going to be a non-gaming channel that we audit now, and it is King Set, I think. So let's take a look at this one. And maybe if we can just reel off like some one-liner ideas for improvement for this channel. I'm going to start with a nice and easy one. You don't have a channel banner yet, so please give us a channel banner. That'll be my suggestion. Dan, what about you?
Custom thumbnails.
Custom thumbnails. And Travis, what about you?
Keep it on one sport.
All right. And then an additional one is, I'm a little worried that a lot of this is not your content. You're just ripping it from elsewhere. And that's why you might get 7,000 views, because people are searching for a player who got sent off, which is great. But ultimately, you are going to feel the wrath of YouTube's copyright ID claims, especially when it comes to monetization. Let's move on to the next channel then, which is going to be a gaming channel. And this will be 1, 2, 4. And this is going to be a channel called, I think it was something along the lines of Very Service, is how I'm going to pronounce your channel. You are a player versus player montage, presumably on Minecraft or Roblox. Is that the truth, Dan? Is it the truth? Bed Wars. So yeah, we're there.
Yeah. The thumbnails are, you know how we say simplistic thumbnails and, you know, not a lot of text and things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing all those things, but I think there's just not a lot of action going on. The action, whatever's supposed to be happening, is being covered by what is a readable, you know, thumbnail in a lot of cases. So I think you're relying too much on text in this case, and I would try to get something a little more exciting, even if it's a character falling with an arrow or something. I know it can be difficult sometimes, especially with video games, to like, well, what is that moment? But like if you, at the bottom right now, one that pops out is a character holding something and arrows pointing at him. That to me is a lot more intriguing than just the word closer.
Yeah.
No.
And to further add to that, the titles need to, I think, do more work. Like Closer, a Bed Wars montage. I don't know what that means. Maybe somebody who plays the game does, but Ignite, a Bed Wars montage. Again, I'm not really sure what that means. You probably need to be more descriptive about one of the things that happens in the montage, whether it's like a funny decapitation or like an unbelievable glitch in the game, so they're falling endlessly. the titles need to do a little bit more work there. And I'm going to throw it over to Travis, who's going to give you some awesome advice, even though he probably wasn't paying attention to this channel.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much what they said.
Great stuff, Travis. Thank you. Move on to the next one then. And this is going to be channel 370. Ooh, it's just in the non-gaming range here. They have 7 subscribers, so it's going to be a new creator. Welcome to the YouTube journey, and you're the Wurgren Extremist. Oof, that's a scary channel name. And so channel banner would be the first thing I would suggest, which is easy. Travis, you do maybe a suggestion here?
Yeah, I mean, they're only uploading like once a month.
So yeah.
And then I don't really understand exactly what the channel's about. So definitely.
And Dan?
Channel focus. Definitely channel focus.
Yeah, because we're not sure what the channel's about, because you've got reviewing random channels and music videos, and less text on thumbnails would probably help as well. And Dan, do you want to do your usual thing about the thing at the very top there?
Oh yeah, get yourself some OBS or something when you're recording screen capturing. Maybe because they're reviewing other channels that was someone else, but there's no excuse to have Bandicam in your watermarked video or watermarked with Bandicam anymore, with OBS being free and so easy to use.
All right, channel 294 is the next one that we're gonna take a look at, and this channel is called Cass the Second. Where's the first? What happened to them? So immediately looks like a retro channel from a channel banner. I like that. Yeah. Is that delivered in the content? No, it's all modern games. So fix the channel banner. Sorry, I keep choosing the channel banner as the easy option here. Dan, what can you tell from this?
Yeah, so how many subscribers? 82 subscribers. How long have they been going?
Ooh, a while. Lots of content as well. Okay. This is all, so 2 years, but all of this is like in the last 2-3 months. Yeah,
so I feel like I've been saying this all day. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record here, but I think the thumbnails need to be simplified. It's again, too many elements. We're trying to fit the game's logo, some imagery from the game, and the YouTube creator, and then a lot of times some text as well, just some flavor text. So I do think these need to be simplified a bit, where maybe we can do you reacting to something crazy happening on the screen. If you're using any text at all, 1 to 3 words, nice and big too. These are kind of hard to read. So I think better thumbnails. I know a lot of these are live streams, and I'm glad you're using thumbnails for live streams because a lot of people don't. But yeah, I would try and simplify these quite a bit.
And Travis's insightful gaming suggestion for this channel is?
Yeah, so the one video here was a live stream is Black Ops Cold War Worth Buying. Would be a great small video, but I'm definitely not going to watch an hour and a half to figure out the answer to that question. So
all right, cool.
Figure out a way to make that a smaller video.
Also, finally, Cast the Second. Every single live stream is on a different game as well. So again, the idea of channel focus is something to consider. I'm going to quickly go back to the tweets now, and let's see if we've spotted any more wonderful submissions that have come in. No, we've been a little light this week on stuff. If that was about me with my microphones muted at the very start, I think you may have got a click there, but not for that. So I'm going to try something new and really exciting now. What I'm going to do is we're going to randomly choose a channel, and I'm going to open this up to our audience. So what I want you to do, folks, and we're going to read out some of the best comments here about this channel. So Dan, Travis, we're not going to offer anything to begin with for this one. I want people who are in the live chat now to start critiquing this channel, right? Tell us whatever you think this channel needs to look at. Maybe tell us what you think is good. Maybe try and identify what the channel is about. But here we have Apex Productions with 48 subscribers. That's all I'm going to say. Hopefully now people in the chat are writing stuff about this. So Dan, Travis, if you see anything, like I'm already seeing from Mr. Vlogs and somebody else about there's no channel banner. So of course that would be one of the obvious things to add. Oscar's Homes, I think you're right that it is a sports channel. Looks specifically to be basketball, although the last one I think is about football. But Dan, Travis, do interject if you're seeing anything in the chat.
Someone interesting said someone said channel name, which I thought was an interesting one.
Oh, okay.
Of course, and copyrighted content. Really good picks by the audience.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Like, I'm just going to quickly click on one of these. Is it? I'll mute it. Is this original content?
I would say not.
This would suggest that this is an Apex Productions that's done this. I'm just going to be honest here. I could be wrong, but it feels like copyrighted content there. So it's then one of those channels when I think, there's a real potential serious problem with your channel if you're using copyrighted content. So, folks, let's try this again. Let's try this with another channel, I think. But there's lots of good stuff and good observations in the chat. But I feel as if we get better if we could choose a channel that we can really collectively get into here. So let's choose this one. And then we'll do a gaming channel as well, where you can offer your suggestions afterwards. So this is J Days. Let's have a look at this one. So what would you all start suggesting for this channel? Like, what is the content about? What do you think about the thumbnails? Is there like the right channel focus? They have 135 subscribers. Tell me what you think on this one.
People like the banner.
It's a nice banner.
Weird niche. I thought that's a pretty interesting.
Is that how people describe it instead of us saying?
Said. Yeah, they said weird.
Instead of dank channel, weird niche.
Let's see. Thumbnails, more socials on the banner. I don't know if that's that important.
Oh,
Yeah.
100% Zelda's here. By the way, they just hit 20,000 subscribers.
Congratulations, 100% Zelda.
Friend of vidIQ, we've been very closely following that channel.
Pick one niche, someone says.
Mm-hmm.
Need value proposition. Love that feedback.
Yeah. So you're paying attention, which is awesome to see. I'll just go to the about section, see if we can tell us what the channel's doing pranks, challenges, experiments, vlogs. So I think you're spot on there that maybe choosing one niche is going to be advantageous for this channel.
Let's see what else. Need to work on thumbnails, I see.
Yeah, thumbnails seems to be a popular one, doesn't it?
I don't see pranks, which is interesting. That's an interesting call out. They said they do pranks and stuff. They said they don't see pranks on there, so that's an interesting call out.
Mystery drink challenge. So this is not just us as, I guess, people who are experienced in doing channel audits. These are all of the general opinions of your average viewer taking a look at the channel. So thank you for all of those ideas and submissions. Hopefully, Days, you can take some advice from that. So let's do a gaming channel now, and we'll audit this one.
It seems like the crowd really is into this. I like this.
Yeah, as a collective group here. So let's do, this is a gaming channel. We're going to do 258. And again, we'll step away for a few seconds and you can offer your thoughts and ideas on the Warsaw pack. Right, okay. This is one where I want to get into it. It's like, oh, this looks like an interesting challenge, but I'm going to leave it to the folks to comment on here. 50 subscribers, just hit 50 subscribers.
Let's see. Weird banner. Someone said the word communism.
It does have that vibe, but I think it's different. I think it stands out. So it's already succeeded in one sense there.
So people are already picking up just on that first row that it's not a specific game. Not one game. So niche is coming up a lot. Videos being too long. Well, those are live streams.
Yeah, it looks like a live stream channel mostly.
Let's see here. Change up the thumbnails. Lack of thumbnail variety.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shake up the thumbnail. The thumbnails are coming up quite a bit.
So I think us collectively would agree that I think the actual quality of the thumbnails is pretty good. Yeah. In a lot of these, but they're too similar. They're relying on the same thumbnail. And again, this is a symptom of live streaming, where you're not necessarily sure what's going to happen in the live stream. And we do it a little bit in our live streams as well. I kind of alternate between a few every single week, but having some variety may help you there. And then anything else coming through on the chat that you can see down?
Oh, on the chat. Let's see here.
Good titles for keywords. Yeah. I saw there.
Still a lot of thumbnail comments, titles too. Yeah, and again with live streams we see that a lot where titles are kind of repeated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same
okay. Well,
yeah.
You folks are getting into this, so do you want me to carry on doing it? Say yes or no in the chat, and we'll.
Yeah, I should do that.
Yeah, I'll let you decide, folks. Do you want to carry on doing collective auditing, or do you want us to go back to us contributing? I'll pick the next channel, whatever it is, whether we do it or you do it.
Lots of yeses. Look at that.
Lots of yeses. Few
Lots of
no's.
yeses. All right. Okay, folks. Well, thanks for joining us. Travis, Dan, and I are going to go for lunch, and we'll automate new channels coming up, and you can just talk amongst yourselves and audit these channels. The next one we are looking at is Brick Clicks. This has to be. I thought it was going to be a cubing channel, but it's not. It's a Lego channel. So Brick Clicks coming up to 50 subscribers. What do you think of this one, guys?
Not only that, I want to ask the question: what could this channel do to get some more views specifically? This seems like a very new channel, and that's going to be what they're here for the most. They want to know, okay, how to get my content discovered. What do I need to do?
Yeah, and that is important, Dan. I think that when you guys looking at these channels, you need to take into account how long the creator has been on YouTube and how that makes an impact as to where their channel's currently at. So a good welcome video, beautiful banner. Let's have a look at that one. It is, but it's not necessarily related to the content I would add from my thoughts there. Somebody said generic thumbnails. Would you agree with that? Generic thumbnails?
Well, I think what they might mean is that they're not using custom thumbnails.
True.
And maybe they are, but it's not coming off that way.
Right. Okay.
No, use keywords was one of the bits of advice.
So yeah, maybe when we look at a title such as Bank Robbery Part 1, Temple Run Part 1, like if I was to ask the community now, what keyword do you think possibly ties all of these videos together? And I can think of 2 words here that are going to bring everything into focus for this channel, as well as Jasper backing in the background. Mm-hmm. Is anyone going to pick up on this? So Lego. So Lego is one, but I think there's also another word that I think. I mean, just judging from the.
There's like some movie stuff, some like Star Wars-ish stuff, but then there's random other stuff too.
It's stop motion, yeah. This is all Lego stop motion, isn't it? Or animation. So I think maybe the creator wants to use that as well. Yeah, somebody said it. The Fireblazer, Lego stop motion. You nailed it there, and I think that's just maybe going to add a little bit to the titling structure there. But yeah, good stuff. And animation, stop motion, I think we all know how long that can take. So given that they've already put together a significant number of videos in a month, that is good to see as well. That is Brick Clicks there, and we'll choose another one for us to all audit together as a family. This is going to be a gaming channel that we're looking at now. It is RVR Gaming 921. Let's take a look at this one. Right, 55 subscribers. I'm pretty sure you know what you're going to say is the first thing that needs improving here. But by all means, add it to the chat if you wish.
Wait for it.
Missing banner. Mr. Vlogs was first.
Banner.
Banner.
Banner, thumbnail, title, value, proposition, text.
Hashtag Bruce Banner, hashtag Hulk, hashtag angry at no channel banner or something along those lines. Unmemorable name, somebody's telling us. Somebody's been listening to you, Travis. You always say that your channel name should be memorable in some way, and I think the moment you add numbers to anything and give yourself like a serial code or something, it's very forgettable.
They tried to stop me from being here, but I'm here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no.
I've returned. Your pleas were heard. The No Savage, No Peace worked, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. I'm just going to sit here and watch some of this stuff. I appreciate you for coming and sending me the No Savage, No Peace. It worked, ladies and gentlemen.
I was under the impression that you've been fired, Savage. Is this not the case? Have we got a new payment here?
Hashtags work. It's amazing. Hashtags actually work. You'd be amazed at how social media works. It's incredible. So what are we doing today? What's happening on this live stream? I hear that you had some technical difficulties, which is no surprise because this whole live stream is one big technical difficulty. I'm never surprised by this. So I appreciate all the love.
You mean a technical difficulty like this? Savage, how are you doing? Oh no, he's muted. He can't say anything, and that's a shame. Unfortunately, though, if I mute Savage, it means that I also mute Dan, so I'm going to have to bring him back in. So, Savage, you are now live again. Where were we? Yeah, so we were auditing some channels. Savage, the first channel we audited this week, actually, was Mr. Facts, and I know you love your facts, so you may want to visit that channel later on. I know, Savage, do you want to maybe contribute here? And we haven't got a Savage student list this week because we thought you were fired, but apparently not. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna let the audience again contribute here, I think, to this one. But Savage, if there's anything you want to add, before.
You're letting the patients run the asylum? Is that what's happening? I've been gone for a week and a half, and that's what it's come down to? You're letting people in the chat to control the audits? What is happening?
It would seem that is the case, yeah. I'm sure we audited this channel last week.
I gave this channel a shout out, I think.
Was it a channel shout out that we did?
Yeah.
A Saturday shout out. Oh, well, I've got an audit now as well. So, folks, what do you reckon about this channel? I'm sure we've audited this one, but let's see. Ace Banner might get cut off on mobile, though. Great point. No, I think they're actually okay. I think that subscribe button may get cut off, but that's a self-contained element, so there's nothing wrong there. We're saying I've got a channel trailer. I would like to see the tech more. That's an interesting point, isn't it, really, about who is the hero of this content? Is it the person talking about it? I think this might be the best example there, where the keyboard is pretty small, but it is pointing to some elements there, which is good. I mean, somebody's saying bad skills on thumbnails. I don't think these thumbnails are particularly bad for the size of the channel. I think they're doing really well, actually.
It's a matter of opinion, but yeah, I really like these thumbnails.
Somebody's suggesting use Canva for thumbnails. I'm not sure what that comment was about. Pete's Animals just started one video and almost at 1K views. I think that's something unrelated. Thumbnails are actually pretty good. Some people saying upload schedule. It seems to be once a week, so that's not too bad. Obviously,
what's really interesting is they were on their top videos there. You'll notice 3 of them have captions, and the latest 3 do not. And there's a big disparity in views.
That is a really good observation there, Dan, outside of the community. Yeah.
And it's really interesting because then down here it's the same thing. Like, these have really good views, they all have captions, and then one of them doesn't.
I've never seen such a big shift there, but that is such a good observation, yeah.
Huh. One of the bits of advice I've been trying to remind myself to give people too is captions are just so important, and they get overlooked quite a bit. I know it takes time to do them yourself. You can also have someone like Rev do them for you, but they're just a nice thing to do for your viewers. But also they are, something that YouTube looks at.
Savage, you got anything to add here?
You know what I just realized? I'm completely sus of Dan. I think he's the imposter. We need to vote him out. Can we vote? Can we vote him out right now? That'd be great. Let me vote him. How do you vote on this game?
I don't know. It's
He's suspicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote him out. What do we got? 94.
I was in electrical the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. I've completely lost my train of thought here. Well, it's not uncommon once Savage comes onto the live stream. Let's choose another channel here that we can audit. Infinite for All. This is a gaming channel, by the way. So again, in the chat, please do contribute what you think about this one. Well, I wonder what people are going to say about the red text on this thumbnail, on these thumbnails. Are they going to approve of it or disapprove of it?
Plain banner. Someone just said the word hashtags, but I don't know if that's a compliment.
Yeah, they've got some in there. DRRC. Is that a person? Is that a character in the game?
I'm suspicious of this entire channel. I think it's an imposter on YouTube. Can we vote this channel out? This is one of the channels we can vote out. I'm trying to understand how this thing works.
There is no voting system going on right now, Savage.
All right.
Improved fonts on there. Some thumbnails are good. Some are ... I don't know. Polite words there. Simple thumbnails. Love your videos. Can't read the banner text. That is true. Again, all of this good stuff that's been suggested here from the channel. I would say just let me ask you a question about the titles. Specifically, what do you think of the titles? Tell me about them. Because I'm looking at them and I'm thinking a certain thing, but I don't want to say it because I want to see if you kind of say the same thing as me.
Dan, you're the expert. I just see red, so go ahead.
Stupid hashtags.
100% Zelda says keywords.
Really organized. Too many capitals. Yeah, in some of them.
I don't know if that'll hurt necessarily.
Yeah, it depends on the audience. I just think these titles are not doing enough descriptive work for the content, like winning, which I think is spelled incorrectly, unfortunately, there. Types of people portrayed by Fortnite. The Lucky Gay. See, now that one, I like how that thumbnail's been put together over a title. They're working dependent on each other, which is, I think, how a thumbnail and title should operate best. But then I joined Team Dior. I don't know how interesting is that to somebody who's potentially clicking on the video. Something to think about. Move on to the next channel then. Savage, this is your moment. You got 20 seconds until...
I got 20 seconds to tell everybody that while we are bankrupt and we're trying to reschedule the Savage Academy, don't worry, we'll come back better than ever. We will have to increase prices as
again.
Lawyers are really expensive, as I've come to find out. They're actually the most savage people I've ever met. It's quite incredible.
Moods Song Gate. I think this might be the first music channel we've looked at this week. Right. What have we got? Somebody testing some shorts there, which is interesting to see. I don't know if this is your music content or someone else's. That's what I'm really lost on yet. I can't... when I mouse over, it's not giving me enough information about the videos. Okay, let's go to the About section. More relaxation. This is one of these descriptions where I read it and I'm still not sure what you're trying to tell me about the channel.
Right.
Bring more relaxation and joy in the lives of our followers. But what does that mean specifically? What, through video games, through relaxing music, through tech? That would help me a little bit.
It doesn't come off as one of those relaxation channels.
Yeah. And again, is this your content? Or is it stock images? I'm not sure. Oh, there's somebody holding up a bunny rabbit. Any thoughts here? Niche channel banner. I think I could have a copyright claim there. Maybe should change the contents. Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting that vibe as well as we just look through the content a little bit there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I still don't know what type of music. It just seems to be random music videos put on a channel. That's the vibe I'm getting.
And you would at least want to have the same style of music, the same genre with your channel. But yeah, I'm not sure who this is for.
Let's move on then. Another 20 seconds of Savage, please.
I thought that I was, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. I was looking for Despacito on there. I don't know why I kept thinking that I would find that song on there. I really felt like that song belonged on that channel. It just really felt like, that song, Despacito. You know what I mean? That's a good song. I don't want to get copyrighted or anything.
Give us a copyright claim. We're trying to sing a song. Live or Die. This channel has 1,000 subscribers. Well done to you for hitting 1,000 subscribers. Again, I think Dan and I will start contributing again to these channels. Minecrafty stuff going on here, Dan. Thumbnails. I think some are better than others, I would say.
Yeah. What's interesting is there's a lot of content around Dream and maybe some other creators as well. So it's a Minecraft channel, but I'm getting the vibe that it's a Minecraft fan channel, someone who's a fan of other Minecraft content creators. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing or anything.
No. Touching on Mr. Beast a couple of times, it looks like, which is fine as long as you're sort of reacting to stuff and maybe vibing off what they're doing. It's something we encourage, actually.
Yeah, as long as you're reacting and you're not just taking their videos and reposting them or anything like that. So yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. I think the thumbnails could use a little bit of improving. They're just sometimes, like the latest one, for example, there's so much negative space there. You could have had all three characters kind of more, closer to the frame, so you can kind of see. It looks like they're trying to take off like face masks or something, which that's me focusing on it for a bit and trying to figure that out. So just in general, maybe some better thumbnails. Let's see. Trying to see if anyone else is saying anything. The people are commenting on the banner. I would say that the banner is going to get cut off.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be Scrib or I'll be mad, probably.
Yeah. And I would be a little more... I don't know.
Does this character appear in the videos? Like, does this character maybe appear in the videos? I'll be asking that question. It doesn't look like it. It looks as if it's just all screen recordings. I'm wondering what the creative choice was there behind the.
I don't know. For me, it reminds me I need to go see my urologist. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, could you do that now, Savage? While we're live?
I could. I don't know that I should.
You're choosing not to.
You're all just walking hours.
Oh, another Lego channel. Now then, let's have a look at this one. Super Brick Lego reviews. Okay. Savage, you want to maybe audit this one?
You know what I was thinking when I saw this? Helping you build Lego sets. Well, thanks for the help. I mean, congratulations. I went to the Lego store, went to this YouTube channel and got lost. Ended up buying an iPhone instead. It was a lot more expensive. I don't know why you would have a YouTube channel with no videos on it. Seems a little bit like, I mean, like, you know, the sugar-free candies and stuff. That's a waste of time.
In all seriousness, though, I mean, the channel did start their channel, when was the 3rd of October? Was that Sunday? And they've already done the channel banner. I mean, we've just looked at a lot of channels that don't have a channel banner at all. They've got a description in place as well, which is great already. I mean, it's like they've built out the foundations without necessarily starting. I wonder, is Brick Advice, is that from the same creator? I suspect it might be. So we've got multiple channels going on. Yeah, I think this might be their main channel. Why would you
submit this channel for audit? I mean, you know what we're going to say. We're going to throw you right into the Savage Grinder, and then I'm going to spit you out. And it says every Sunday, 11 a.m. Wasn't there just a Sunday the other day?
All right.
You know, I mean, what are we talking about here?
Savage, you've made your point. Next channel we're going to pick is 61 here. This is another gaming channel. And I think that just leaves us enough time to visit the tweets once more.
I was going to say, we're getting pretty late into the day, and we haven't talked about what we're doing tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay, well, this is a gaming channel called P Gaming. I want to say this is a generic channel banner, but it isn't. I've never seen Clouds as a generic channel banner that you can select. So then, Dan, we have some Among Us stuff that's going on here. Quite a lot of Among Us stuff. Pokemon Go.
Minecraft, yeah.
And all that sort of stuff.
And Pokemon Go. So, channel focus is going to be our biggest piece of advice here. Are you a Pokemon Go channel, a Minecraft channel, an Among Us channel? And it's important to, focus up your channel, because if I subscribe for this Pokemon Go video and then, in the coming weeks you just do Among Us content, I'm probably going to unsubscribe, or at least not going to be in the habit of checking on your content. Among
Us is your most popular content, so I would be focusing on that right now as a channel. Yep. And like the thumbnails are simplistic right now, which is, I think, keep that simplicity, but add more messaging perhaps in your thumbnails as a final piece of advice. And yeah, thank you, Dan. You did remind me, Dan, that we do something every Wednesdays. And first I'm going to show you what you do.
The exact revenge you have for dead.
I wanted you to catch him because it helps to have a hefty corpse.
Are we offline? Hello?
Can you finish the level, please?
Everything's running on my end.
This can only end well.
Let me
take out the snake. Let me do something.
I think it's
Let me do something, he says.
All right, I think we're back. Sorry, so Dan, that's kind of ruined your big moment there of clipping all of that stuff together. The live stream just cranked out as we were trying to tell you that we're playing a new game on Twitch on Wednesdays. Tell our audience a little bit more about that.
All right, so yes, every Wednesday over on twitch.tv/vidIQofficial, which is, if that's too much to type, I understand. It's actually linked in the pinned comment right now, so be sure to go give us a follow on Twitch so you don't miss it. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, we'll be playing more Spelunky 2. I had picked this game. Rob had never heard of it. I'd played the first one. It's very, very difficult, and I thought, we're probably going to play this once and be over it pretty quick. I don't know when we're going to stop playing it, though, because it was probably the most fun that we've ever had playing a game. Certainly together, but maybe just in general. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a long time.
Yeah, it was the funniest gaming hour I've had in a long time. I don't know if people watching it find it funny, but I mean, sometimes it's just funny watching somebody else just lose it completely, and I hope that's what you will find.
You know what's funny about this game? It's like, I literally never heard of it until this morning. This morning, one of the very few gaming channels I'm subscribed to had it as his video talking about one of the most frustrating games ever. and I started watching it this morning, and it looked kind of funny. So it's so weird that you guys are playing it.
Yes, well, when it comes to co-op, when you're trying to work together, then just hilarity ensues because like you can pick up stuff and throw it like, and you can kill each other, and just the camera's fixed to one person. So I'm kind of like on a ball and chain to Dan's camera, which can be really, really frustrating but hilarious in the. I mean, we're talking about it and you're probably thinking, yeah, this sounds really interesting. Believe you me, watch the first 10 minutes of a live stream tomorrow, and hopefully you'll be hooked for the next hour or how. I mean, we were supposed to play it for 90 minutes and we played it for 3 hours last Wednesday because we just couldn't stop. It was so funny. But yeah, we've spent the last 5 minutes here talking about what you're going to be doing tomorrow as part of the vidIQ live streams. So I think let's be generous to our audience and do 2 more channels to audit. Yeah, we'll do 1 channel from the non-gaming one, and then maybe I'll just quickly do Twitter, and then we'll call it a successful live stream, with the exception of the first 5 minutes when all of the microphones were turned off. So Creative Talks here, again, a relatively new channel. I think you've been on YouTube for 2 weeks. What is this then? Is this gaming? Is this gaming stuff?
Some kind of like CG thing or something. I'm not real sure.
Yeah.
What is this? Like some of the thumbnails are exactly the same, so I wouldn't even know what.
And some of them are YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the channel's about. I don't think it's about gaming. As Travis said, it feels like maybe you're using. I mean, Dan, some people do this with like Minecraft and Friday Night at Freddy's, where they actually turn them into animations and stories, that type of thing.
It looks like an animated chatbot or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. I definitely wouldn't have made the title of this video testing YouTube Shorts, by the way.
Yeah.
Maybe in the description, but I would have definitely made that title a little more clickable. I think titles are going to be the first thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we don't know what the channel's about, and that has most of that is having to do with the titles.
I 100% agree. Let's just go then into the tweets for the final time. Did anybody save the tweets this week by doing something really cool? And the answer is no. You've been really short. Maybe I didn't advertise channel audits enough, hashtag channel audits as tweets, because there's nothing there really, to be honest. That's it.
There was a lot of moving pieces today. So
there's been a lot of moving pieces, a lot of broken microphones, Savage just appearing out of nowhere. That was terrifying. But we're done, folks. We're going to say goodbye this week. We hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll do some shout outs here. So what do we want to ask our community at the end here? We asked about favourite candy to begin with. What should we ask them to finish this live stream off?
Maybe
their favorite their favorite vidIQ community, whether it's our subreddit, our Discord, just the YouTube comments. Anyone else with me? Did I pick the most boring thing ever?
Yeah, that's a really dull question, Dan. But we're going with it now. We're going with it.
Or you could just tell us who your favorite YouTuber is. That might be kind of fun.
All right, yeah. So that means we're going to be reading out a channel name and another channel name. I thought about doing that before, Travis.
Maybe that's also a terrible idea.
Yeah. So right. So Stuntmaster Gaming says Discord. Zach Flowers says it's Twitter. Oliver Hill says it's subreddit. We have a subreddit.
We do have a subreddit.
Oliver Hill with XBeast with the Discord. Thank you. Right answer here from JK Nay. Somebody finally said YouTube. Somebody said Mr. Beast. It's just the chat goes too fast here now. I can't read anything out.
I broke it.
Yeah, we're going to have to... 100% Zelda says channel audit specifically, so I think he wins this week for shout-outs at the end. Yeah, folks, I'm going to apologise. I don't know how we've got 700,000 subscribers when we do live streams that are technically as all over the place as this, but it seems to work, and you continue to watch us, so thank you very much. Time is the most valuable currency on YouTube, as it always has been, in my personal opinion, and you just shared a couple of hours with us, and I hope you share that valuable time with your audience. It just leaves Dan to say goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Really enthusiastic. It just leaves Travis to say goodbye.
Peace. Good to see you. See you next week.
Thank you. And now the music's supposed to be running for another 50 seconds, so I've ruined that outro as well. So let's just wave awkwardly at the camera, press some buttons, and we will see you next week here on the Channel Audit live streams. And don't forget, we have Leron's webinar tomorrow as well if you want to get more vidIQ tutorials and Q&A. See you whenever.